The Beginning, an Old Testament journey. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be focusing on covenants because, as I mentioned yesterday, it's important to understand what a covenant is so that we can better understand the Old Testament. And the Old Testament is so foreign to me. So I wanted to do a few things. I wanted to look up the definition of a covenant, and then I wanted to find out more information about what specific covenants were shared in the Bible. And then there was a couple of other things that I found that I wanted to share with you. So the definition is an agreement or a clause in a contract, a usually formal, solemn, and binding agreement, and a written agreement of promise, usually under seal, between two or more parties, especially for the performance of some action. I also really like the theology, an agreement which brings a relationship of commitment between God and his people. And I just really love that. So let's talk for just a moment about the four different covenants that are mentioned or talked about in detail in the Old Testament. So the Noahic covenant, which is the rainbow promise, that's found in Genesis 9. The Abrahamic covenant, which talks about land, descendants, and blessings, and that's found in Genesis 12 and 15. The Mosaic covenant, which was for the Israelites in Sinai, also known as the Law of Moses, that's found in Exodus 19 to 24, and the Davidic covenant, which is the eternal throne via Jesus, and that is found in 2 Samuel chapter 7. What I forgot about was the new covenant, and I want to read that from the scriptures to you. It's in Jeremiah 31, verses 33 to 34. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, in their hearts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God. And they shall be my people, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. So he's saying that this new covenant, this new law that will be coming to us will be written in our hearts, and we won't have to talk to each other about this covenant because it will already be in our hearts. I believe that this is the core of our religion and our religions. The core of what Jesus taught was that the law should be written in your hearts and not just a technical law for us to follow, that it should be so much of a part of us. And that's what I hope to gain out of my study of the Old Testament this year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.